How's everyone doing, guys? Cody, guys, back again, dropping another video, right? It's like 11:30 on New Year's Eve, right? 2017. I don't know why I'm doing these videos, um, but yeah, I am. I'm moving away from the. It can be related to prison in a way, but it's sort of not as well. It's about like insecurities and like not feeling good enough, not being good enough, perceiving yourself not to be good enough, right? Now, the reason I'm doing this video is because I've probably been one of the most insecure people on earth in my life. Now, I wasn't born and thought, oh, I want to feel worthless. I don't want to feel good enough. This can relate to relationships. It can relate to life. It can relate to family relationships. But I'm coming at it from sort of a relationship standpoint. You can relate it to prison as well because it gets heightened when you go to prison. The insecurities, the paranoia, that's just part and parcel of that. I think part of the punishment, I think. But yeah, so like I've grown up, guys, yeah, like never really had much in my life, not had nothing in my life. I wasn't raised with morals and principles, came from a broken home, was the black sheep of the family. And like, because I was bullied at school and stuff, right? Being bullied at school, me personally, I'm a big 6'4" guy now and I can fight like a good one, but when I was young, I was bullied profusely, massively, on a daily basis, relentlessly. So much so that I used to like stick my fingers down my throat, put a hot water bottle on my head, and then say to my mum, "Oh, I don't feel well," and then she take my temperature. I'm swilling hot water, like coffee around my mouth, trying to get out of school and stuff, right? Because I didn't want to go to school because I was going to get bullied and tormented, right? And called names. But when you call somebody a name, right, it sticks with them. Right, and the more as life goes on and stuff, it chip bits off you. This insecurity starts to develop and stuff, right? You could be the most beautiful person on earth, right, and they've got insecurities, right? They don't feel good enough, they don't feel pretty enough. They go through cosmetic surgery, for example, because they don't feel attractive, right? Everyone else can look at that person and be like, "You are absolutely stunning," but it's not about what everyone else perceives. It's what that person sees when they look in the mirror, right? And the reality is, I don't care how like average looking you are. I don't care how good looking you are, right? When you look in the mirror, nobody looks in the mirror 100% and thinks, yeah, I am gorgeous, I am amazing, right? They might have a false confidence and come across that way, but it's a front. It's not real, right? Now, like I say, I've grown up, and like I say, everything that I've been through and stuff, relationships and stuff, when I've been cheated on, I'm like, so I give my everything. I give my loyalty, I give my faithfulness, I give my everything to a relationship, right? I'm in it like heart, feelings, emotions, a lot to get cheated on. So I'm thinking, well, and I start, rather than thinking that she's like a slapper, you start thinking, well, what's wrong with me? Why did she do that? And then you start thinking, well, maybe I'm not, because I'm not good looking, and she's gone for someone better looking and stuff, right? The fact is, we've all got qualities, right? And all got some great traits. Now, you get really good looking guys, right? That like they're dull as dishwater, or they love themselves, right? And then they're a player and they're going to cheat on you, right? And they're the girls that, because we're shallow people and we go for looks and stuff. I'm talking about like women to men, men to women, right? You go for what you're attracted to, right? So you can go for someone that you find physically attractive, but what happens if you haven't got the traits there, the honesty, the loyalty, the faithfulness, the heart of gold, stuff like that, right? And like I say, people that have got this false bravado of, I'm great, I'm cocky, I'm cock of the walk, right? I'm God's gift to women. They're the ones that girls flock to, but they're the girls that end up getting played, right? Then you've got like average looking guys or rough and ready guys. Look at me, for example, right? Like, I know that I am not the best looking, right? But nobody is, right? And you know what the thing is, right? If people saw past the looks and get to know the personality, I've got amazing traits, right, that girls look for. I'll give you loyalty you only get from a dog. I'm faithful. I don't play mind games. I've got an heart of gold, you know what I mean? I'm not an head fuck, I'm not a player, I'm not a cheater. I won't tell you what you want to wear to get you into bed and then fuck you off. And many guys are like that. There's so many great guys in the world that get overlooked because they're not the best looking, right? But the thing is, if you say to a woman, right, what's your type? Women say, I don't have a type. I just like what I like. For me, it's about personality. Switch the coin, flip the coin over. Ask a guy what he looks for. Well, I want it to be slim, size 8 to 10, big boobs, nice ass. You know what I mean? And it's like, because guys, we're like, it's a shallow thing. It's about looks for us, right? And there's a saying, guys go for women fall in love with what they hear, and guys fall in love with what they see, right? And what I mean by that is, and what they say then is, that's why men tell lies and women wear makeup, right? That's the saying. Now, being insecure is the most horrific thing in the world, because you could be in a relationship, that relationship could be so long lasting and that could be your soulmate, right? But your own insecurities make you feel not good enough, right? And your own insecurities can implode and the whole relationship will break down, right? Because of your insecurities. Because how do I know, guys? Because I've been that person, and it's embarrassing to say, but it is. And I've done it all my life. I push people away all my life because I put them on a pedestal and I thought, I'm not good enough looks wise, like who I am as a person. And I know I've got great traits, but I've only seen them since I've come out of prison in February. And that's the way that I project myself now. But like I say, I've got great traits, but I'm not the best looking. But I'm a rough and ready guy, and girls seem to go for these like skinny, slim, like skinny jean wearing, comb over, top bobs, stuff. I've got a bald head, I've got a ginger beard, right? And like I say, I'm a big 6'4" guy. It's not for everybody, is it? But like I say, my insecurities inside me, I know that I could make somebody happy, but my own insecurities, right, when I've been in relationships, have caused paranoia. They've caused me to feel like I'm not good enough. If you put somebody on a pedestal, guys, right, the reality is you're never going to be able to live up to that pedestal. And you're all, but they haven't put themselves on that pedestal. You've put that girl or that boyfriend or that girlfriend on the pedestal. So you don't feel good enough, right? And do you know what the thing is, right? Doesn't matter how good looking or how unattractive you might think you are, right? Nobody's happy fully with the body. Right? Some people, you get slim girls, right, that think they're curvy, right? Curvy girls think they're huge, right? And then you've got huge girls that think they're supermodels and stuff, but then it's an insecurity thing. Some people say they're comfortable in their own skin, but everyone's insecure. Everybody's body conscious. People think, oh, I want my nose done. I want my teeth done. I want my boobs done. I want an arse implant. You know what I mean? I want a chin implant. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. We're all unique and we're all different and stuff. If it was all the same, it'd be very boring. If everyone was stick thin and like everyone all had the same measurements and body shapes and stuff, it'd be boring and repetitive and stuff. We're all gorgeous in our own way, but it's seeing that, and it's very hard to see because, like I say, like insecurity and stuff like that, it can stem from your childhood. For me, I had it drilled into me all my life that I was like shit and I was worthless and stuff, right? And if you hear something enough times, you start to believe it, right? Now, insecurities for women, right? Say you're in a relationship with a guy, right? Guys are the most insecure people on earth. Let me just put that out. And any women that's watching this will be like, yeah, I get that. And we are the most insecure people on earth. We do get jealous and like stuff like that. And we are we're just jealous, insecure guys that don't feel good enough. It's as simple as that. You could be the best person in the world, but you don't feel good enough for a girl that's on your arm. And we have a saying about punching above your weight. But the thing is, in these relationships and stuff where guys don't feel good enough, what they try to do, they try to take the confidence of the woman by calling the woman names and putting her down when they have a row, right? She could be slim, but in her head, she could be curvy. She might be curvy, like she feels curvy. So guy calls her a fat slag, right? Kills me this, right? Because what happens there is you throw in mud at a wall, right? It's like when you call a woman a name, guys, right? We're all sensitive, and women are more sensitive than guys, right? Even though we're more insecure than women. It's like throwing mud at a wall. What happens, guys? The mud sticks, right? And if that woman all her life through different relationships gets called a fat slag or a slut or this or that, or because when you're in a relationship, people open up to you. They tell you their weaknesses, but then when you're in an argument, you use them weaknesses against them. Right, and it cripples their self-confidence, right? And you know what? It puts them down so much. Like I say, if every guy throws this, like calls her names and insults her, it's like throwing mud at a wall, right? And then they've got such a complex about themselves, men and women. But I'm aiming it at women because, like I say, this is what seems to happen with guys. They call women names, right? And like I say, the guy doesn't really think that. In his head, she's the most beautiful thing on earth. But he calls her names, so she's got no confidence and she's insecure. If she's insecure and she's got no confidence, she doesn't feel good enough for everyone, does she? So what happens? She doesn't look at anyone. She feels that he's the best that she can do. And that's how insecurity manifests itself. And it's poisonous, guys, right? Like I say, 2018, right? I've spoken to some amazing people this year, right? Someone very recently, yeah, and it's made me realise about myself. I was very negative and very down on myself, right? This person was amazing, right? And I started to look and think, you know what? Like, rather than being negative, I'm starting to focus on my positive. I have got great traits. Yes, I'm not the best looking. No one is. Me, you, or anybody else. We've all got things that we'd like to change. Even though, like, you see these beautiful women, stunning, like models, but they're having plastic surgery. They're having plastic surgery because up here, they don't feel attractive, right? And like I say, so that's good for them if they can buy that confidence and stuff. But even if they buy that confidence and they've got that confidence and stuff, underneath, they're still insecure. Because it's in here. You can change yourself cosmetically, but it's a mental thing and stuff like that. And like I say, it's hard to see relationships break down because of insecurities and stuff. And then insecurities can then develop into paranoia, where you're accusing each other of cheating, you don't answer the phone and stuff. And then if you go to prison, for example, right, I've been in prison. I was in a relationship where I was in prison 3 years ago, and then I went back on 2 other stretches and I was single, right? And when you go to prison, right, your partner's on the out, you're in jail, you guys are more paranoid and insecure than women anyway, and don't feel good enough, because we all feel like we're punching above our weight, right? And then it just manifests itself from there. You're in prison, right? And you can't, you're not there because you get paranoia and stuff, and you start checking your girlfriend's phone and stuff like that, right? Which is never healthy. But like I say, that's the way that it manifests itself. But if you're in prison, you're locked behind the door. You don't know what she's doing. She might be out with the girls, right? Or you might be thinking she's shagging about. She could be sat at home eating pizza, drinking like milkshakes, you know what I mean? Goes on that way. But like I say, we're guys and we're insecure, and prison makes any sort of, magnifies any problems, whether it be mental health, whether it be insecurities, whether it be paranoia, right? Whether it be mental health, whether it be anxiety, paranoid, schizophrenia, anything. Any problems you got in prison, right? My hands look huge, right? Anything you in prison, it magnifies that problem by about 1 million. And when you're sat in your cell, all you can do, depending on what regime and what prison you're in, right? You spend a lot of time thinking. And prison's the most dangerous. Prison's dangerous, right? But it's not the weapons, it's not the inmates, it's not the pool balls, it's not the hot water and sugar, or napalm as we call it, right? It's your own psychological thoughts, right? Your insecurities, your paranoia. You start to psychoanalyze things. You start to replay things in your mind about your life, and you start to dwell on these things and stuff, and it spirals into depression, and these anxieties and these insecurities and stuff get higher and get heightened and stuff like that. So when you come out of prison, you're worse than when you're worse because your insecurities have been, because you've not been there, you've not been able to check on that person, you've not been able to, you know what I mean? Because it's all insecurity because we don't feel good enough. But again, that's part of the punishment of prison. But insecurities, guys, are horrible, man. We're all unique, right? We've all got our own individual, like, qualities and stuff, right? And our traits and stuff. And I like that, right? Like I say, I know to look at, right? I'm rough, yeah? I've got a big nose, I'm a rough lad, you know what I mean, bent through fighting and stuff, right? I'm not the best looking, right? But to somebody, they'll be like, yeah, he's good looking. But then you've got to, is the personality to match? Have they got the qualities that you're looking for? Are they honest? Are they faithful, right? Because like I say, you might have rough looking lads, right, that you get overlooked because they're not the best looking, because we're shallow as people. But yeah, they're amazing people. They would make any woman happy, depending whether she's ugly, whether she's gorgeous, right? They'd make them girls happy. But because they don't look the best, they get overlooked. And that's sad to see because we live in a shallow world, right? And like I say, it goes on that way. And it's the same with guys and stuff. You can have a woman that's gorgeous, but if she's not got the personality and stuff, or she's dull as dishwater, beauty's only skin deep, guys, right? You've got to get, as you get older, guys, looks will fade, right? And like I say, there's some amazing people out there that get overlooked. They've got amazing traits, amazing arts, and could be the best boyfriend or girlfriend in the world, but they get overlooked because the way they look, because we're shallow, right? And it's sad because them insecurities then go forward. They meet someone, and them insecurities that are from previous relationships and stuff, or from the childhood or whatever, develop and stuff, and the relationship would break down because of insecurities. And it's sad to see, guys. And I don't normally do videos on stuff like this, but you know what? I'm starting to do them. And if you look at the way I'm speaking in these last couple of videos, I'm happy who I am as a person, and it's radiating into these videos and stuff, and I'm very blessed. I know I'm talking a bit crap and stuff, and it's a bit of a soft subject and everything, but I've related it to jail, and I've related it to real life, and I'm going to carry on. Easy for me to say, carry on doing videos about prison, and I'm going to work in some new stuff. I'm going to have this outlook and this setup and stuff with a camera. Get me on Twitter, get me on Facebook, guys, and I'll speak to you all soon. Take care, bye.